Hi, Spiritual Chuck here. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning on a fourth night in the same spot that I've been camping. Only because I've just been so peaceful during the day, and I've slept in each day, and so it's real difficult to load everything up and get going and catch a ride. And I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to title this video, I'm a Scared Little Rabbit. Um, because I am in so many ways, and it's as if my soul, is manifested as that. In the Chinese astrology, I'm a rabbit, and I looked at my father and my grandfather, and they're rabbits. So I'm the third rabbit, and I'm also named after him. So, I was listening to some videos about soul contracts and the idea of our soul and what we're here to do and accomplish, and maybe to overcome in terms of our karma or our past life experience. It seems there's a lot of first-hand experiences or accounts of past life experiences. I look at all of this as being in the pleroma, or in the mother, in the form, in the whirling of existence. Um, when they say Sat Chidananda, which yesterday was Saturday, which an hour ago was Saturday. Sat Chidananda represents existence, consciousness, bliss. And it's like, well, okay. Existence is, okay, I'm existing. I've existed maybe on other planes. I've existed other lifetimes. I'm existing in this life. Then I become conscious of that. It's like, well, I'm conscious of my past lives. I'm conscious of my soul contract. I'm conscious of, all kinds of things. It's amazing. And then the bliss could be considered the Father, or the stillness, or the 0 point, of like, uh, what's the example I use? Father is incomprehensible, um, beyond form, formless, pure consciousness. That stillness, that peace that surpasses all understanding, that provides the fearlessness that's needed. It's almost as if the farther I go into the mother, or the pleroma, or the reality of maybe multiple lifetimes, soul contracts, karma, the farther I go into that, the more I need, the scarier it can become if we don't have that stillness, or that knowing of the infinite, or universal consciousness. It's like the cosmos can scare us. The galaxy, for example, that we live in, it could be real scary if we didn't have an experience of a larger nature, or of a larger and infinite nature, It's like, just think about that for a minute. It's like the Father makes it easy and the Mother makes it hard. It's like, it can be really scary. The farther we wake up into um, all of the pleroma, the form of that maybe we have reincarnated, that we have recreated over and over uh, in this, as part of our reality. If Plato was right and God is one, then he would be one formless, infinite, pure consciousness that has manifested uh, into uh, the many, or the multiplicity, or you know the complexities rather than the simplicity of the one. In any case, we can say Asparsha yoga is the one yoga they call it the last yoga. It's a yoga that all the yogis are afraid of because it's a complete dissemination of one's egoic identity. Or in other terms, it would be one's karmic identity, or one's cosmic identity, or one's soul contract identity, or, the all manifestation of who we might be in physical and non-physical reality. It could be terrifying. It could be scary. It could be scary to be in a tent in the middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere by yourself, kind of thing. It's like, well, so where am I going to get the courage, to continue on my journey? Where am I going to get the courage to not become overwhelmed by the multiplicity, by all the possibilities of the bad guys and the this and that, and death itself? And I'm afraid of, I'm claustrophobic. I'm going to be stuck in my tent. I'm not going to be able to breathe. I'm going to take my last breath. I mean, all these possibilities can be terrifying if you don't know the stillness of the Father, if you don't know the deep sleep while awake. I just want to reiterate the beautiful experience that I had in the storage unit 18 years ago or so, where I really just went to sleep. And I woke up and I was at peace. And then here comes my mind, and it starts telling me things, and I renounce those things and say, you know what, I'm not going to listen to those right now. I don't want to know. I'm going to lay back down. And I lay back down. And I wake up and I'm in peace again, in stillness, in fearlessness. And here comes the multiplicity again. And I renounce it, netty, not this, not this. Take a drink of water, take a pee, and lay back down. I keep doing this, for 3 or 4 days. And finally, I wake up and this peace stays with me. It really did stay with me. It didn't go away. And I went on and got one of the scariest jobs I've ever had. Went on to do all kinds of things. Fearlessly. So, you know, when you start thinking about, well, you don't need yoga, well, yoga is nothing but taking you to that stillness, ultimately. And you can practice for years to try and get to that point. Or you can take the fastest route. Asparsa yoga is the way of fire. It's the one yoga that it's a direct approach without support or structure. You simply go to sleep. You arrive at the position they call the fourth state of consciousness, which is um, deep sleep while awake. Of the three accepted states, we've got awake state, dream state, and deep sleep state. Those are the three accepted states. So the fourth state is deep sleep while awake. And I can tell you that it's a blessing. And of all the studies that I've done in the Eastern religions of yoga practice and the gurus that I've studied, uh, this was the pinnacle of all the yogis or all the yogas. And it's a direct path, in my opinion, my experience, to the Father. And I understand the Father today so much better through that experience. It's just a wonderful experience. So I'm telling you, I really am a scared little rabbit in terms of all my experiences, all my karma, all my soul contract energies. Why am I compelled to walk across the country and tell people about these highest truths if I don't have some kind of soul contract? You know, I'm not really doing this for any individual per se. You know, I'm doing it for the whole of humanity, of the whole of the pleroma, of the whole of the suffering of humanity, um, uh, through teaching the knowing of the Father, to allow humanity to not be so scared. I feel you. You know, I feel the complexities of all of this and the wonder of it all, but also, you know, it's wonderfully scary too sometimes. And so the closer I stay to the Father, ironically, the more I experience the Mother. And I want to experience the Mother. I want to experience the multiplicities and the pleroma and the wonder of the Mother. But she can be scary. And without the Father's stillness, and I won't have the courage, I won't have the stillness and the peace to even make my exodus, to make the pass without being terrified, you know. So I just really want the Father to bless you. I want you to be blessed by the Father, and I want you to be blessed by the Mother, just like I want for myself. So this is my middle of the night talk, and I'm not scared anymore. And I hope you're not either. Peace, love, and light. The good thing about being in the dark is it does kind of slow down the Mother. You know, it's like, okay, I can just be here, you know, in the dark, and I'm not having to look at all of these monsters necessarily of life. I mean, if you really start getting visual, though, you'll see them. You'll see them even in the dark. You'll have your pineal gland will light up, that little phosphorescent glowworm in your head. become the third eye, and you'll be able to see the pleroma. But there's still that stillness, and there's that. I mean, if you look out into space, it's like there's a reason that it's dark, and yet here are all these stars. It's like the darkness is the Father, is the stillness, is the oneness of it all. It gives us the courage to know that we're that one. We're of that one. If I'm of the one, how can I be afraid, of anything? So thank you, Father. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Son. Peace, love, light, and darkness. Spiritual Chuck, signing off. He's not really a scared little rabbit like he used to be. Yeshua said, put aside childish ways in order that you might walk as a child. All right.